What's going on, everybody? Welcome
What's
to
up?
episode 4 of The Bridge. As you can already tell, I'm having technical difficulties.
Have
I'm on my
mercy.
phone right now. Apple, please stop refurbishing your iMac saying they're brand new.
Yes.
I work in IT. I know a refurbished machine. Once it gets powered on, this thing is refurbished. Please stop doing that. Please stop
Please
doing
stop.
that.
Then have the audacity to put a high price on it too, and you know it's refurbished.
Exactly.
Shame on you.
It's crazy. I actually get down with your products. It's right here, but the PC just keep up.
Told you to come to Android.
No.
Seriously? You're gonna sit there and go through all that? Wow.
The phone is fine. It's the iMac that's giving me issues right now. Now, see, my MacBook, no issues. The MacBook I had before that, freaking thing went to Iraq with me, came back, no issues. It's the freaking iMac. That's the only iPads, no problem. MacBook, no problem. iPhone, no problem. Like I said, I took a MacBook to Iraq, no problem. Got all dusty, came back home, was working, kicking and screaming, no problem.
We don't have those issues with HP.
No issue. You forget I work at HP. I've dealt with all of them: Toshiba, HP, Dell.
No issues with HP.
The only one I'll sign off on is like Acer. Like if you're doing a PC.
Oh, Acer. Oh, Lord. Those are some good ones.
Acer and Asus, mainly because Asus actually used to make motherboards a long time ago.
Yeah.
So a lot of and they still make motherboards, I think, but a lot of the because they have that raw gamer version, but a lot of the computers actually have Acer motherboards in it, and a lot of people don't even know that. So Acer and Asus, but Asus before for me, I'd rather get Asus. But
oh boy.
On to the show. Other than these technical difficulties, as I talk about my IT career at one point, there's like Alienware used to be good to know about it, but whatever. So tonight there's no guest tonight. You just get me and the amazing Scorpio as we talk about some of the things that are going on at this moment. We're going to talk about the shenanigans. We're going to talk about the good things. We're going to talk about the bad things. If y'all haven't realized yet, we don't shy away from that type of stuff. So we're not going to, like, I don't want to talk about that because I don't want to get canceled. Like, literally.
Yeah. Like I said before, like I said once and I said twice, you can't cancel somebody who created their own road that you're trying to get on.
Pretty much. That's
the bridge. Get it?
That's why, kids, do it yourself. It's the best way to go about it.
Better that way.
Gee. I won't listen anymore. This is probably the only episode to listen to. So that's fine. Yeah. Let's see. What's one of the first things we can talk about? You know what I actually do want to talk about? I don't know if you've seen it, but I do because it kind of it motivates me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, yo, I've already been doing that. So to see someone doing it and then killing it as far as like financially, and then on top of that, it rubs me the wrong way too because like I'm a shadow dweller. I love to say Sovereign Comics, Soverse in Switzerland. We're there. We're just looking at it and decide like, hey, oh really, y'all really doing all that?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm sitting here looking and I see this individual, young Ripper, and his comics universe, Ripperverse.
Yeah.
I see him killing it. You know, novel comics, Black League, telling a story about a character who's living his life. From what I watched his his preview or his trailer or his media video.
Correct.
About it. It's like you have this character who's a superhero who gets out of the game and ends up getting pulled back into it, you know? So he's going up against a lot of superheroes that he had to go up against in the past and like supervillains and stuff that he had to go up against in the past. But he's unwillingly pulled back into their life. Yeah. And I'm sitting here looking at it, I'm like, yo, Black League, that's what everybody's asking for. They want more Black Leagues, right?
You would think.
Black story, you know what I'm saying? Like the story can vibe. Anyone honestly can vibe with the black like
Yeah.
in America, whoever, anyone can vibe with it. But then I see folks who are part of the group that supposedly is for the empowerment and upbringing and movement of black people ripping this dude apart, calling him everything but his name, calling him names that they claim the other side says, and they would never say. And I'm just looking at it like, wow, really showing your true colors now.
So
Like, really?
let me guess. These are so-called allies.
Yes, so-called
Oh,
SJW, social justice warriors, which I'm starting to figure out. It's not even really the case. It's more of follow me, and if you step out, we're gonna have a problem with you. At least that's what I, from my own
yeah.
situation, my own experience, because you know me for a long time, and you
Hmm.
know I dealt with individuals on the side. We both dealt with individuals on the side. As soon as we had a difference of opinion, it was like, you know, so
That's the part that really. What is a nice way of saying this? That's the part that really chaps my hide
that is a nice way of saying it.
because I don't. I no. I don't. I'm getting tired of seeing the same thing
Mhm.
in a lot of comics and other stuff.
Yeah,
Even in the music also.
yeah,
Um, Everyone's starting to sound the exact same. I can't tell who is who, and that's not that's something that I don't want. So I find it amazing that when someone is not following or going the same route that everyone else is going,
mhm,
they're all of a sudden they like to use the words whitewashed,
yeah.
or
Sandra,
they like to use the you know they think that you're going against your own heritage or something like that.
yeah,
Okay, let me explain something to you all. Not every black comic book creator has to reference Egypt.
for real, for real. Hey, something weird's about to happen real quick.
Okay. Oh wow. See,
My bad.
you must got to
Let me.
deal with Elon Musk. Okay, let
Mm-hmm.
me stop.
Hey, you gotta hack your own system.
But not everyone has to reference Egypt. Okay, not everybody has to, you know, go that route.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. We all know where we came from. So that's why it's okay to step outside of that. To me, you're putting yourself in a box when you do that, and
yeah,
everybody's starting to sound the same.
exactly.
So, and everybody, like, I want to know what's people's definition of the words woke and conscience, because the way I see those two things is someone that has their third eye open. They are aware
Hmm.
of what's going on,
Right.
and they can see through the bullshit.
Yeah, and that's
So that
because you're looking at it from the actual reasoning of it, the reason why those conscious woke, the reason why those words were used initially,
yeah,
and that's
that's
what you're using
that's
it from, looking
that's
at it from.
that's that's where I see it. But
Yeah.
you got these people. They think it's supposed to be Egypt, the
Hmm.
Ankh, the stuff. Okay, we know what. Okay, do you even know what the Ankh means? What it represents? Some people get it tattooed on them, and they don't. Or either they wear it as jewelry, but they don't know exactly what it means and where it derived from. For those of you who do not know, the Ankh actually derived from it's a hieroglyphic, and it was found on the walls in the land of Kemet. Kemet was the previous name for now Egypt. They changed the name. Okay, that represents the Ankh
They're trying to
represents
get you. You dropping facts, and they
the Ankh represents life. You have that round bulb on top. That is the woman's stomach when she's with the baby. You have the fallopian tubes. Then you have the cross, the long part at the bottom, which is where the male principle goes.
Yep.
Gentlemen, we all know what a male principle is. So that whole thing together
I don't
denotes
think a lot
life.
of them do.
Yeah, I hope you all do.
But yeah, just like oh yeah, so this is a night too. We're like I said, it just me and Scorpio were just talking about different topics.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be pulling for stuff up too. And SJ asked, like, when did woke become an insult? And that's true because at one point, being cool, like you, well, not really being cool, but more of being seen as a person on a higher plane or a
Mm-hmm.
person who has found themselves, right? But now, folks have taken it, and just like anything, just like the freaking Nazi symbol,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know that was actually a symbol of protection
Mm-hmm.
in Hindu. A
Yeah.
lot of people don't know that has been demonized
Yeah.
now because people are taking it and instead of using it for what it was used for, they're using it for a form of power,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy. Good guys can do that too, people. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people think, well, I'm on the side of good. Yeah, you can be an asshole too.
You really can. You can
But
be a
especially,
good. You can be a good asshole.
especially when you let the power go to your head.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, dealing with what is going on with Young Ripper, he's doing exactly what one side said they wanted to see. But I've even seen people call this dude the N word. How are you supposed to be SJW, but you're using the N word? How does that work? That doesn't
What is he
make
doing?
sense to me.
What is he doing so wrong?
He's making money, and he's doing it without their permission.
Last time I checked, I didn't need anyone's permission to do that.
This man making money without people's permission.
And see, those type of people, my first instinct would have been, okay, so do you have a class? Did you write an ebook on how you did it? If not, you need to, and why haven't you done it yet?
Exactly.
Because I want to know what am I doing wrong, or what I'm missing in the formula that I'm not doing, or at least coming as close to what you're doing, or doing better than what you're doing.
Yep.
So that's where that part comes in at. But I don't get that. I don't get that part. I don't I don't get that. How are you upset I'm doing what you're asking me to do? You want to see more black characters, more POC characters. Okay, I'm creating more POC heroes. But just because we're not referencing certain things, oh no, you're whitewashed.
Exactly.
No.
And that's where even for me being a creator, what you've seen, a lot of people who come to the show, they've seen like I deal with that. I have to deal with that, or I had to deal with that. Now I don't care. I just worry about the Chimera King. That's all.
Yeah.
I had to deal with that. Creating new characters that are, books that are black led, books that are female led. But because I don't have, one of my most popular books is the female led book, Stars. You know why it's popular? Because they actually feel like friends. They actually feel like they've been together. They actually feel like they're a team. They actually work as a team.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, you haven't seen in issue 1 yet any of them say, "Oh, I can do this better than a man."
Yeah.
Why? Because they're worried about their own shit. They're not worried. Why do they have to say that? They don't have to say that. They're worried about their own shit. Yeah. And this freaking supervillain that's beating their ass right now. So they're not going to worry. Yes, we can beat her better than men can. Why? They're like, you're getting your ass handed to you. Hey, I'm gonna have to fight you.
Handle that.
I'm gonna have to fight you the best.
Yeah.
I can. I don't know if he can beat you, but right now you with my ass. So they're not worried about stuff like that.
Okay, this is not going. I am not taking his ass in book 2. Exactly. So we're gonna handle this right.
Exactly right. We're gonna handle this right now. What's up, MG?
Hey, MG.
Like we're gonna handle this right now.
Yeah.
And we ain't worried about if the other men in the Soulverse can beat her because she's beating our ass.
We're concerned about what's going on over here. Yeah.
Exactly. So and for me, like what I started in that I started figuring out too was like because I saw because in the beginning, at one point in time, yes, I was on the side of SJW. I was like, right now, like I said, we're Switzerland. I'm just making stories. Read my books. Don't read my books. I have very supportive, freaking members of the Chimera Kingdom. We will be fine, and it's growing, so we will be fine.
It is.
I hope that you read the book because I want everybody to read my books, but I want people to know, hey, we're not here to glory. We're not here to what do they call it? Glory signal or whatever.
Yeah.
To do these things just to say you did them. To me, when I see people do that, I don't see positivity in that. Personally, I see negativity in that. Because to me, it's like you're just doing it to get an attaboy, to get a pat on the back. You're not doing it because you care. You're doing it to look at me. I can do it too. Look at me. That's how I've always saw it. And so when I started recognizing that and started stepping away from it, you saw what happened to me on that side. Everybody loved me, and then they didn't.
And you saw what I said.
Yeah, you said the hell with that. And
who was that?
You said the hell with that. Who? And join the Chimera Kingdom.
I have no idea who that is. Okay. But that's something that I've noticed that too, and you can kind of tell in some people's writings, where they're just doing it just to do it, or they're doing it because their main goal is to, I want to get it to Hollywood.
Right.
Like we talk about this multiple times, even off here, on here. No.
And the crazy part is that's actually I see Hollywood moving away from that pretty soon. I don't know how soon, but it's happening.
It's
slowly happening that they're moving away from it.
It's slowly happening, but I think because someone had posted, I seen this post where it's saying that people, if you have like a comic book or something idea, they're saying that Hollywood are running out of ideas.
Yeah.
So you coming up with that, which if that's the road you want to go ahead. Just make sure that you have your whole series completed before that.
So, don't say that too loud because that's another reason why people hated me. Because you remember the show we used to be on, and when I said that, hey, get your content out there, get books, get fans, build. Don't make issue one, and because some person who just graduated from film school says, hey, I want to make this a movie. I have connections, and then you throw everything away because that's quite literally what you're doing. You're throwing everything away. Example, which is I think we'll get back to Young Ripper because I do like what he's doing and I do want to talk about that more. Yeah. But we're going to go to the next topic.
The next topic is that happen to be? Hold on, what is the next topic? I'm kind of.
You're about to see.
Oh Lord. Oh, this just didn't make any sense to me.
It's right here.
That didn't make
no sense. Right here, and I say and I say that to say this, right? There's so many people in the indie comic world who are fighting to get their books option, and that's great. I would love for my stuff to be an animated series, a movie. I know eventually it's gonna make it there,
Yeah.
However, you have Warner Brothers who quite literally just canceled a movie that they sunk $70 million into. And this is a top character in the Bat family. And they said, no, we don't want to make this right now. We're going to shelve it. So if they can do that to one of the popular characters in the Bat family, I won't say the most because, of course, we got Nightwing, we got Batman, Catwoman.
Yeah.
But
one of the top.
I think more popular than her. Damian might be too, but but Batgirl is popular in the Bat family. And Warner Brother Discovery said, nah, 70 million. I know. We'll just take the tax cut. And shelve this. So I'm like, if they would do that to their own, you don't think these movie companies would do that to a no-name 200 fan indie comic company?
They will snatch your whole thing, rewrite it, redo it, and make it their own. and therefore you really can't say anything. I mean, that's why you have to protect your stuff also. But
Exactly.
that's the reason why it was canceled due to taxes.
Hmm.
And so it was that one, and I think it was the Scooby Doo movie.
Yeah, because I think they were
Also,
doing a part 2 to Scoob or something like that.
yeah,
I
they
think it
were
was supposed to be Scoob
doing a
part 2.
part two. He said that because of taxes, apparently they don't think that they're going to get a big enough tax write off or something like that.
I've heard
I thought
that, and then
it was something like that dealing
yeah,
with taxes, but
I heard that, but then I also heard that, well, with Batgirl specifically, whenever they did the screenings,
yeah.
it tanked. So they felt like they weren't going to
Mm.
get what they put into it because it tanked. Like it did not do well with the screenings. So that was the other thing that I heard. So
Oh
there's,
wow.
of course, there's multiple stories out there because
Yeah.
there's multiple media sites, and you have some who want to push an agenda, then you have some who want to tell the truth, and then you have
Yeah.
some who want to push an agenda. So, so it's like, it's like I said, I'm switching. I'm not taking sides because
Yeah.
there's assholes on both sides. So,
Always.
um,
Always. But
but yeah,
that's crazy. That's something that's I mean, damn, the movie was I think they said the movie was either almost finished or was finished. And as soon as it was
yeah,
finished, they just
yeah.
okay, no,
Like
we're not
it's
putting
like,
this out.
yeah. From what I heard, it's finished. They put
Yeah,
70
that's
million
the
into it, and people said that it felt like a CW show. They say, and from what the new owner
ooh.
of Warner Brothers, I can't think of his name right now, which is crazy. Like
Is
that
it David Zaslav?
Zaslav, yeah, him.
Yeah.
He said the direction they want to go with DC is they want to go big budget, they want to go big
Mhm.
blockbuster, and this didn't feel like it. It
Yeah,
felt like a CW TV show. Like people were complaining about the way their uniforms looked, everything. So
a CW. Ooh.
I said it felt like a CW TV show. So,
Oh.
so
That's lower than like
yeah,
sci-fi.
yeah, right, like right. Oh wow, indeed, SJ. Because when I heard, I was even like, "Yo, what?" I was like, "But I thought Batgirl was like, I thought it was doing all right. Like I know they did, the race change and stuff like that. I know people were mad about that.
Yeah.
For me, I I'll put it this way, and this is me.
Mm-hmm.
When my comics become movies, I want the nationality that is that character. I want that on the big screen. So I can understand why people would get mad at it.
Yeah.
And then I can understand where some people would be like, but we don't have that much representation. Which I think is going to get into another part of this thing that I want to talk about, which me and you have talked about a lot. Like I'm talking to the Chimera Kingdom about this a lot. It's not that the representation isn't there, it's just that no one's buying the books of those characters.
Exactly. Or know about them.
Or know about them.
Because no one's willing to share
Exactly.
or say anything or help just do like a simple repost.
Yep.
In your stories.
Yep.
Takes less than a second.
So it's like, but yeah, Batgirl canceled. That was crazy. And I also heard that after that, folks were like, well, since you canceled Batgirl, what about The Flash? And I'm like, I get it. Ezra Miller has been a freaking nutbag lately. Totally get that. I think he should be removed from The Flash personally. Because that's, to me, like even with the writers that we have in the Soulverse, right? You, SJ, Will, if one of us, myself, if one of us was getting pulled over by the cops every Friday night or always in the news for slapping somebody, I would be like, I would have to sit you down in the office and be like, look, get it straight or get it gone. And as soon as you do it again, you're done. So, I mean, like,
you gotta get that mama in church look.
Exactly. If you don't sit your ass down while the preacher's on the pulpit, move that ass. Wait till we get home.
Oh, just this.
She up there with the choir looking at
the choir stand.
Looking at you.
You can read lips real good as a kid.
You said, straighten up. Usher come by, pat you on the shoulder, wake up.
Come here.
But for real, like I will have to let you go. So I am shoot if he lets Ezra Miller go,
I mean, he was
sense.
doing some kind of crazy stuff
he
too.
was on a lot of craziness.
It's like, dude,
Exactly, SJ. Likes, comments, and shares cost $0, and folks
very much.
don't even do it. They're like, I mean, it costs you your time, but if you can share something from somebody who don't even know you exist, you can share something for somebody who does.
I mean, nobody really, no one's gonna know if if there's, because the people quick to say there's no comics with this, no comics with this.
Yeah,
You'll be shocked what's
there.
out there. You just need to, if you find it, don't be scared to share.
But even with that too, is like what I've noticed, what I've realized, right, is like in the beginning, I because like I said, I consider myself SJW. Like now I'm Switzerland. I just want to write books, like read the book. I just want to write books and keep my fans happy, keep the Chimera Kingdom happy. But in the beginning, I was like, yeah, I get it. I was like, we do need a little more representation. But I was thinking of it in the mindset of we have these characters. Marvel and DC, how about you market these characters so that people know these characters exist, and let's get them out there. And instead, it was like, let's turn everybody black, let's turn everybody gay. It's like that. What are you doing? It's like, no, we like you really gonna do that when we got badasses like Vixen. Who's on Webtoons right now? Has a comic on Webtoons. Why doesn't Vixen have a comic in the store?
I need us, the big two. I need you to stop using that as a way to just make money. You don't care at all. You don't care about LGBTQIA plus community. You don't care about the POC community. I really need that to stop, because the recent one that we talked about, I don't know if that's up next or if that's even on this show. But go ahead.
Spider Slide.
You know how I feel about that. I think that was.
We're gonna keep that for the Patreon. We're gonna keep that for the Patreon.
We have to do the pay. We have to record the Patreon after this one, please.
Yeah, because that right there, I saw that and I was like,
"Are you kidding?"
The first thing I thought, I was like, "Yo, is somebody doing a Spider-Man for a runway?" Right? I thought that's what it was, like a runway model type of Spider-Man suit. I was like, "Yo, if that's what it was," I was like, "That's dope."
If the Spider-Man went to the Met Gala, okay, this is something he would wear.
Exactly. Like, so for something like that, or maybe someone designing something for someone who maybe on RuPaul's Drag Race or something like that, and they want to dress up like a Spider-Man type of deal. I was like, yo, that's actually dope. I see that. That's dope. Then when they said a character, I'm like, how the fuck are you supposed to fight in that?
But when you say stuff like he's a representation of all, no.
Telling you right now, not negative, Ghost Rider. Not a representation.
And on top of that, he's a fashion designer. Now you're saying all male fashion designers are.
Exactly.
No.
For a short while, I designed clothes. Matter of fact, I still do design my clothes for my comics.
I design Alex clothes. But for you to put that, and the person who created a character, for them to say that, now you have some ignorant people that are going to be like, oh, so this is what they all are like now.
Yeah, for real, because that's what it does. Now, that's not overriding the individuals who will go out and dress like that. But even the individuals who do go out and dress like that, they do it for events.
Yeah. And that's who they are.
And that's who they are. Most cases, you'll see them in sweats and a t-shirt.
Oh,
but it'd be fly ass sweats and a t-shirt.
they try to
go out of that. So
I you know what? When that book comes out, I have to read it.
Yeah, Peter designed his own book, his
Yeah.
own thing. So that was kind of cool. Like he designed his own. So I get where they went with when they said, okay, this guy's a fashion designer and designed his own suit. So I was like, okay, it's following along the lines of Peter Parker because Peter Parker did design his own suit.
That's fine.
However, the suit just looks really immobile. Actually, let me see if I can bring it up here.
Yeah, see if you can pull up a picture,
Hold on.
and then they'll see what we're talking about.
Yeah, it just looks really.
And I just don't like the fact how they're putting that,
Like-
saying that.
Actually, because I think they said that I'm not sure if they said that character was they them pronouns or he him pronouns or
They didn't even.
What?
I didn't even see a pronoun mentioned,
yeah.
and the fact that they're saying that he represents all, and I was like, that's a big mistake right there.
Yeah, you can't say that.
I
does
just I wanna read that comment because I want to hear the dialogue between him and someone else. If I hear one, yes, I'm
You
burning it.
well then prepare yourself because you will hear that.
I don't want to
promise
hear.
you.
No, I don't want to hear that.
I promise you, you're gonna.
Not all talk like that. Slay, bitch.
Alright.
No,
It's gonna happen. It's,
don't.
And I mean, the crazy part was this is the part that I can actually get behind on the designer, right? The designer picked the spider, right? And you see the elements of that spider
Mhm.
in the outfit, which is actually a web weaver, which back home in NC we have a lot of those running around.
Yeah.
So that part, I was like, oh, okay, that's why, because at least you're doing that. At least I
Yeah.
can tell you did your research. But
Yeah.
in my as a person who is trained to fight, right,
Mhm.
or in a person who creates characters who were trained to fight, like I have straight up martial artists like Siphon in Stars.
Yeah.
Father is a former Marine who owns his own protection agency and he has his own MMA training studio. So like she trained under him. Her outfit, even though a lot of people look at it as like, wow, it's revealing, but it's
created for
She's-
fighting
She's able to
and
move.
for her to use her powers, and
So
she's
she's-
able to move around freely.
She's able to move. She's able to do high kicks. She's
Exactly.
able to, jump, split if she need to, and not
Exactly.
worry about anything holding her down.
Right, and with
But-
the exposed skin, if you touch her, she's
your
draining her energy. So it's like
You gone.
it's designed for who she is, and so when it's designed for her powers and for her fighting set. This I feel like was designed for just
Like I said before, I think it's just a straight mockery now. I think you're just making fun now.
And honestly,
and to tell you the truth, the way a lot of these individuals act whenever people talk out against them, I do think a lot of them are just making fun now.
I think they're just making fun.
Well, so
I could be wrong, but I think a lot
I
of
think,
them
I
are
think
just.
a lot of them are, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think they're just making fun now.
So this is it right here, y'all. This outfit right here. I can't really make it any bigger. This is the one I found. I tried to find a bigger one, but this is the one right here. And you can tell over here the web weaver spider that they used. So on the web weaver's butt, it has like these little just rectangle, octagon type shapes on the butt. So you see it down the side. It's stylish. I'll give it that. But I don't see the functionality of it. So unless this Spider-Man is going to be a Spider-Man that does not fight, which is like I agree with you, I need to see the book because maybe the Spider-Man is a Spider-Man that doesn't fight. Maybe the Spider-Man is like the Edna of the Spider-Verse now. People come to this Spider-Man to get their freaking suits made. Maybe that's the case. I don't know, but I do not see this.
You can't look. He can't do nothing with them big old shoulder pads. I'm sorry.
I just don't.
You can't do anything with them shoulder pads.
Like I said, I won't take the stylishness away from it.
No,
like I said, it's stylish. Like if it was someone wanting to be a version of Spider-Man going to Met Gala,
that's more of a Met Gala outfit or
runway, or runway model or something. They want to rock a Spider-Man version, like they're doing like a Spider-Man theme.
Yeah,
and that was the design that someone came up with, or like I said, somebody on RuPaul's Drag Race or something like that, and that's the design that they came up with for their theme or something like that, or even what's that? There's a new show. I think it's on HBO Max. Where they're dancing. I was talking to a dude at a KaiCon, and he told me the name because I've seen it. I think it's called Legends. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, Legends. Where
Yeah.
they do it's a lot of
Like they have all the different
voguing,
houses and stuff.
the different
and voguing and
houses
stuff.
and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody came out there or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's still the show.
that
you know
would
what I'm
be
saying? So
yeah. Because
that
they
would
have
make sense.
they have a
But
lot of different legends that come on there that are from the Bogan family, different houses and things like that actually have been doing that for years. That brought up into that stuff, and they judge them. It's a
yeah,
competition that they judge. So
yeah,
I can see this outfit being there.
yeah,
But
like
as
if the
far
house
as
mother came
him,
out, like if the house mother came out or something like that.
like okay,
Hey, I
I
get it.
likes that.
I
That
get it.
fits perfectly.
But
But it's just I don't see. I'm not judging the I don't care about the character.
mhm.
You know,
The
queer.
character is the character. It may be that may be the most loved
Yeah.
character once they come in because of personality and so on and so forth. Not even
I don't.
talking about
I
that
know.
because I know people will go to that like, oh, you're coming down the LGBTQIA plus
No,
community.
it has no. It's not. It's not even that. It's the fact that
None of your business, but no.
yeah. It's just. It's the fact that you're saying that the person that created it said that he represents all gay men.
Yeah,
No, he does not.
not at all.
Look. Let me tell you something. There are some homosexual dudes that you can't even tell unless they tell you, and you like, really? Like, you
Yeah,
didn't give me that vibe, but okay.
exactly.
I don't
It's
really
like
care, but okay. So, what's next? What's next for us to do here at work?
exactly. And honestly, I kind of got one of my friends. I kind of because I can tell. You kind of tell. You don't want to say that you could tell. You kind of get in trouble for that now.
Yeah.
But you got to tell. So I kind of like had my idea. And my friend came out and told me, and I was like, and this was like during when they dropped Don't Ask, Don't Tell. And I was just like,
Mhm.
and
Well,
he was actually
okay.
shocked. He was actually shocked. I'm like, that doesn't matter. One thing I care about is, are you an asshole? Anyone can be an asshole.
Look here.
Are you
Look
an
here.
asshole?
Look.
You're
Are
not
you
an
gonna
asshole?
Are you gonna eat my lunch?
Exactly. Are you
You're not
going to
gonna
beat
touch
me
my
up
lunch?
in the
Okay.
backyard and then take my lunch money? If
Yeah.
you're not doing that, we're fine.
We're
We're
fine.
fine.
I don't care
But,
less.
so yeah, that was the outfit that we were going to talk about on the podcast, not the podcast, but the Patreon. And
Patreon.
it,
You
it
can
felt as
take that. Look, you can take that set. You can take
yeah,
that part out and just put that for the
just put that
Patreon.
up
For
there,
those
put
who
that
are
on the
not
Patreon.
watching,
So
y'all
folks
can
can
hear
see it.
this on the Patreon. If
Exactly.
you listen to this on the Patreon, this is what happened during the show. So,
Mhm.
to see what y'all miss out on, y'all miss out on some good conversation. Good old conversation.
Because there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
It's too much.
And all these movies getting canceled, and the first thing people go to, like you go with, not right now, R2. Uh, it's R2. R2 is bossy. But hold on, Scorpio, I'm gonna let you take over right quick. I gotta step away.
Oh gosh.
I'll let you take over right quick.
Go ahead.
Hold on, let me see. How do you?
You forgot how to mute, poor thing.
No, I didn't. I just was.
You're muted now. But yeah, like this is why Tier go handles what he need to go handle. So we're just yeah. Let's I just felt like that was a mockery of the LGBTQIA plus community. I really do. They feel like they're just making fun of it. So, but yeah, it's a lot of stuff that is going on right now. People, there's a lot of stuff that's going on right now that I'm just like, oh my goodness, yeah, he broke. But there's a lot of stuff that's going on. It's like you got movies getting canceled, uh, getting these crazy things with COVID-19 and now monkeypox. It's just like so much is going on right now. So it's just one thing, but but the whole Batgirl and that just kind of like seriously, Seriously, you want to go ahead and cancel? You finished the movie and canceled it. It felt like you some good, wasted money that could have been used for something else. But that's just crazy. That's really crazy. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's just one of the things those are some of the things that we're talking about. Of course, if you're just not tuning in, we did go over a couple of things. We did go over the way people are treated in the indie comic world and comic book world because they're not following, everyone's footsteps. And we talked about this Spider Verse, the new character. And we also talked about Batgirl being canceled. Please, y'all let us know how y'all feel about Batgirl being canceled. How do y'all feel about that? I feel a little disappointed, and the fact that you look at it and you say that it was CW. CW is CW is something that took place back when I was like in elementary school. Exactly, SJ. You know what we can do with $70 million?
70, got 70. Yeah. Get a chimera. You get a chimera king with $70 million.
Man, every last one of our books will be done.
Done.
We'll make our own movies.
We'll be to the end saga, to the end series, which that's gonna be a I don't think folks ready for that. I don't think folks ready for that. I think I told you what happens at the. How about?
No, you haven't.
Told you what happens at the base. Like, you know that it's all an overall connected story. I won't tell you, but 2 people in here know. Well, 3, including myself. It's wild. But from that point, when that event happens, then I'll be like, hey, you take over. You can write this story. You can write that story. You can write this story. Because I'm done. My story will be over. I might keep writing the Yama Stigmata. Maybe Cypher Team. We'll see. But
you
didn't know. Wait, you didn't. Hold on. Wait. I honestly didn't know about. Wow. So you didn't even know about Beggar. See, and that's another reason why I'm like.
They also mentioned in the article that I read about it where they were saying stuff like how they didn't want to waste the money, the $30 to $50 million from marketing it. But you spent $70 million to make it and just to shelve it.
Yeah. And see, the thing is too, like with the marketing side, and for those who are listening and don't know this, I have an MBA in marketing. So I know a little bit. I'm not a freaking genius when it comes to it, but I know a little bit. But usually in movies, just like in books, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in comics, whatever I spend to get that comic made, I typically would spend. Well, honestly, with comics, if you really want to get it seen, you'll probably try to spend the amount that it took to get it made. You want to try to spend that amount to get it marketed.
Yeah.
So in movies, they do the same thing. So if they paid $200 million for a movie to be made, you can believe marketing is going to be $200 million.
Yeah.
Or a little more. Might be 3, might be 4, depending on the movie and how much they want folks to see it. Because I can guarantee you, Endgame and Infinity War, they probably paid more in marketing than what they did to make the movie.
Yeah.
So because they wanted folks to see it. They wanted to put it everywhere. YouTube, football games, basketball games, they wanted to put it everywhere to let you all know that it was coming. So and that's crazy if they didn't even want to spend 30 to 50 million on it. That right there means that they made this and didn't even really have faith in it to begin with, which goes to prove again, folks, you're sitting here asking people, but make me characters, and they're making them like, oh God, here you go.
Yeah.
I personally was the reason why I started Sovereign Comics because I didn't want to get fed scraps. And that's how I feel a lot of big companies do. They're going to feed you scraps because they want your money.
Yeah.
I just want you to read a good story. A lot of individuals who are in the indie comics world, not all, but a lot just want to give you a good story.
Yeah.
So
some of them have other motives.
Yeah.
like some of them say, okay, well if they come and offer me this amount of money, yeah, I'm
I'll
gonna
sell
sell it.
it.
I'm just like,
Like,
really?
you put all you blood, sweat, tears, late nights, freaking broken
Just to
relationships,
sell it for a couple of
jobs
millions?
to just sell it.
For a
All
couple
right
of
then.
millions? Come on.
All right then. There's a story. And the dude who owned Victoria's Secret sold
Yeah.
it for like $1 million. They turned into $1 billion industry.
Same thing with
He's not alive anymore. I'm not going to tell you how he's not alive anymore, but he's not alive anymore.
Same thing with was it YouTube? Somebody
Yeah.
sold YouTube for
They
like $1
sold
million
YouTube.
or something, and now it's $1 billion.
Now it's $1 billion organization. You got to think before you jump on that sell thing. Like, just because stuff ain't working for you right then and there, you might just not have met the right people. You may not have read the right marketers. You may not have the right team and the right friends behind you pushing you at that moment. So to just throw it all away for $1 million, which is a freaking lot of money. Like, I'm not saying it ain't.
Yeah,
But you have $1 million now, or you get the right people.
Correct.
You meet the right friends, you get the right marketers, you get the right executives behind you, and now you got 10 billion in 10 years, or a billion in 20 years, or 10 years, or whatever. You know, a lot of folks don't think about that. Everybody wants that quick, want it now. And that's honestly where a lot of this stuff is gone. Is kind of gone to the wolves in a sense, because everybody just wants that quick right now.
Unless you're the person that likes to create stuff like that and get it sold.
Yeah, like the
now if that's something that you do, okay, that's completely different.
There's actually a name for that. What is that called? Freaking
I can't think of what it's called.
When people just startups. Unless you're doing a comic book company and it's a startup, like you just do it. Somebody says they want it, you sell it, and then you do it again. I mean, by all means, do you? I mean, there's people who do that with tech companies. Like, it's big in tech companies doing startups. People get an idea, do their startups, get everything together, start selling, get good reviews, get their little contracts with other companies or whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, here comes Google. Give me that. They sell it. And
it's like, okay, that's fun. I mean, there's
and then they do it again.
Yeah, there's actually
honestly, Elon Musk did that. That's how he started making a lot of money before he was doing a bunch of startups. He just started selling.
Yeah, there's another guy that's on Instagram that I follow that talks about entrepreneurship and stuff like that. He actually did that with gyms. He started gyms, he got them started, and he like sold them. And he bought different houses and fixed them up, and he just sold them. He bought businesses and started them up, and he just keeps selling each one. I mean, that's the stuff that he does. But if that's something that you do, that's different. But if it's something that you created and you put your heart and soul into it, I would not let it go for a couple of million.
No.
I have to be a part of it.
No.
Executive producer or something. I have to be a part of that.
I'll sell it, but cool, believe I'm. Honestly, I would never sell this over. That would be. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I don't think there's enough money.
That's my child.
That's child. That's child number 3. I got 2 children. That's child number 3. That's the oldest. No. That's the oldest kid. That guy.
Yeah, that's child number 3.
Exactly.
So
when it turns 18, it can do whatever it wants. But
right now you are mine. You my house.
You're under my roof. You follow my rules.
Exactly.
No, you can't go out late. But jeez. So I'm trying to. You brought up something else to me that you wanted to talk about. I think earlier. Hold on, let me go to the chat. There was something else because we said was that Batgirl? Oh, that was the article. No, it was Batgirl. And we talked about that. But yeah, a lot of craziness going on right now in the comics world. There's a lot of shifting of things. A lot of individuals. Like, one thing I've been hearing recently from a lot of mega names in the comic book world is like a lot of the individuals who were considered greats aren't even being hired anymore. Books. Like, a lot of them are starting to create their own books, or they're going to they're working for independent comic creators who actually have the money to pay them.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think James Tinian is one of them.
Yeah, he's one of the ones that left and went and started doing his own stuff.
He started because he even left social media,
Mm-hmm.
and he has his email group where you can join. It's called the Tiny Onion, where you can join it, and he talks about his different books that are coming out and stuff like that. Which I see a lot of, which I can understand why they're doing it, because a lot of them are not. Especially the thing that happened, was it last year, where a lot of the those variant books were put into the Walmart $10 pack,
Yeah, that
and
was
a lot of creators and artists were getting pissed
it
about
was
that. They were like,
it was like last year and then a little
yeah,
bit at the beginning of this year too.
yeah,
It was still happening.
and they were like, why are their main books being put into the into those packs like that?
Yeah,
So
this,
they
this is the, go ahead.
they
I'm sorry.
wanted to know why that was happening. That caused a big uproar.
Yeah,
So I'm just like, I can understand why a lot of them are leaving. They're getting tired of it.
yeah. And if you're a creator, like I don't want to say true creator because I don't want to insult anyone who may feel what's going on, Boogie.
Hey, Boogie, what's going
Hey,
on?
Asuna, how you doing? But I don't want to like
Yeah,
insult anyone who actually
Mhm.
creates. But so I'm not gonna say true creator, but I will say the level of creator that I am.
Mhm.
I take it seriously. I'm not saying another person may not, but in the same vein, is like when you take stuff seriously, you don't want to see it convey. You don't want to see it put on the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
And I don't mean printing because yes, it goes on the conveyor belt when it's printing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
Don't
about
get smart, y'all. We know.
exactly, like don't get smart. I'm talking about the process. Like I don't want it to be cookie cutter. I don't want it to be because I created it. I don't want it to be the same thing that everybody else is doing.
You don't
Like,
want.
like if you read Marvel, I want you to come to the Soverse and find something fresh, something different.
Yeah, I don't. I
It
don't
is,
want.
yeah, and it seems like so many people now, it's you have to be the same, and I think that's the reason why so many people love Marvel and hate DC, or love DC and hate Marvel, because they want it to be the same. They want Marvel to be DC, or they want DC to be Marvel. And my thing is, why can't they be what they are?
Just be
Just
separate.
be what
Like
they are,
that's why.
and
When I
like them for their perks,
yeah,
like them for their things.
like when I created my character, people ask me, "What is his superpowers?" I'm like, he doesn't have superpowers. He's not a superhero. I want to do something completely different.
Yep. And the greatest part about that is like I hear so many people say, "Well, I'm tired of superhero characters," and that's one reason why a lot of people don't want to pick up Cypher Team.
Yeah.
Because they look at it and they're like, "Oh, they're superheroes," and I'm like, "No, they're a special forces unit."
Yeah.
Isn't that do they have powers? Yes, they have powers. They're superheroes. No,
No.
they're a special forces unit. Superman is a superhero. I'm like, think of these individuals as Captain America, but they will kill your ass.
Yeah. They're literally they were born with specific things, and they were literally like handpicked.
Yeah,
for that
to be there.
specific.
They went through training, passed their training, and was like, okay, you're on this team.
Yeah.
They are a special forces unit. They are sent. They don't. They're no. They're not. They're not superheroes. Like they're the type that Kunoichi would go after Superman with the freaking kryptonite kunai.
Yes,
like,
she would.
She doesn't care.
Can't you blame her? That's and they're not X-Men.
Oh, please. Did you know? Yeah,
they're
not X-Men.
and they're not X-Men.
Yeah, and the only reason why I use X-Men when I explain it to folks sometimes is because that's the familiar part. But I always say, like X-Men and G.I. Joe. Then people say, oh, G.I. Joe, so they're military. Exactly. I'm like, but they are a special. Like, think about it in the real world. They're not sending in SEAL Team 6 to freaking play patty cake with the bad guy. They're sending in SEAL Team 6 to put a bullet in the head of the bad guy. That is Cypher Team. If they are getting sent in, it's not to play patty cake.
They're going to eliminate.
They're gonna eliminate. Just like even at the con, I was playing to folks. I was like, "Hey, I'm like the character that you see on the cover, Kunoichi. There's this lady right here. I'm like, she killed people in issue 1. She killed people in issue 2. And the people were like, I thought they were superheroes. I told you they were not. It's quite literally in the description when you open the book. It says that they are not superheroes. They are a special forces unit.
Special forces unit, so they're here to pretty much clean house.
Here to clean
So
house.
the same thing.
You know?
The same thing with Alex. He does the same. He does some of the same mindset almost. So he if you get in his way, he will just straight kill you.
Yep.
He almost give you like that Michael Myers. He's walking and just keep going. Like you're in his way. Move. He has a goal. He has tunnel vision. Get out of my way.
Not walk you down.
Just walk.
I just walk up to you. Not just walk up to you and stab you and keep going.
Just stab you, keep going.
Oh man. I will say this. So the closest thing that I do have to a superhero team is Stars. Like Stars is the closest thing to a superhero team that I have. But even still, for them, is like they're so. I don't want to say wacky because they aren't, but their vibe is so different that you're not even going to get superheroes from them.
It doesn't give me superhero vibes.
You're not even going to get superhero from them. The only reason why I say they're superheroes because they won't kill the villain.
Yeah,
and that's what people think of like superhero. You know, oh, they won't kill. Stars won't kill, but they gonna give you them hands though.
I mean,
it was definitely gonna do that.
They didn't give me superhero vibes when I first read it. I was like, okay, yeah, it's a girl group, a musical girl group. It seemed like they all just have certain powers that just so happen to, when you put all of them together, it's like, okay, they're nothing to mess with there.
Exactly.
They're nothing to be.
Exactly.
You know, they're gonna protect.
There's something to siphon on you later. That's gonna be crazy. But that's what I do like about Alex is Alex don't play. Alex is like even with the one scene, like the scene. Matter of fact, what was that page 2 when he was leaving the elevator? Yeah, I think that was page 2 when he was leaving. Yeah, that's when you realize right there, like, oh, this character.
I can't wait for you all to read that and how Daniel. Oh Lord, y'all, we're gonna get Daniel on here one night. How Daniel did the facial expressions perfectly, and I'm just like,
she looked like she was. That was a death scream. Like her damn teeth and gums were bucking, eyes were bucking. Like that was a death scream. Her life flashed before her eyes.
And it's funny because Daniel had mentioned, he was like, you don't like when people, you don't like when people touch that. I said, no, I don't like, no, but
yeah, which I get
I
that.
can't
like
wait.
I'm as a person with dreads, I don't really like it either. Like when people do it, I'm kind of like,
yeah.
Then I gotta remember, don't put them in an arm bar. You will go to jail. And
that's one thing people need to, remember. Don't just walk up to anybody and just want to touch their hair or touch anything on them. I don't even like it if you ask me, can I touch it? No, you can't. This is not a petting zoo. Okay? I'm not. No, I'm not an animal. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing magical is gonna happen. No unicorns are gonna pop out.
You might touch my hair. You might figure out who you are, who you're supposed to be in life,
or where you're gonna end up in life.
Yeah, for real.
Touch my hair. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's not. You'll find out what happens when you read the Agent 13.
Bro,
the first book.
That was funny. So while we're still talking, I'm gonna open the floor. If anybody have any questions, y'all go ahead and drop them in there.
Yes,
and
please
we'll answer those.
ask us questions.
This is an open chat. We're chatting. Everybody's been talking.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have any questions, bring them up. I know, Asana, you mentioned earlier about a lot of cancellations. Yeah, there was a lot of cancellations going on. We talked about the Batgirl cancellation, which everybody flipped out and started calling freaking Zaslav racist because he canceled it. And it's just like, that's not even the reason why it was canceled. Can't jump to those
the man trying to say
he's trying to save
make money. Save money and make money.
Exactly.
He don't want to pay taxes.
Exactly. And he's trying to figure out, which direction he wants to take the DCU. Which I'll say this, like for me, I kind of feel like they're at a crossroad, right? At one point I was thinking, I was like, maybe they're at a fork in the road, but now they're at a crossroads right now. Mm-hmm. I think that one of those directions is probably a full cancellation of what they have right now.
Yeah.
And then a full reboot. Everything's brand new, right? I think another one of those directions is Flashpoint restarts everything, and then they go from there. I think another one of those directions is they're probably just going to start making movies individual and just making character movies.
Yeah.
The last direction, which I think they may go, is I think they're going to go back and just let Zack finish what he started. And the reason why I say that is because everybody has been asking for that. Ever since the Zack Snyder Justice League version, which I like the movies he did. Like, I personally like Man of Steel. I thought Man of Steel was perfect because I understand the character. And again, as a fighter, as an individual who's in the military, even if you got superpowers, I was trained in martial arts. I still didn't go out there and was whooping everybody's ass when I was learning how to do freaking Marine Corps martial arts whenever I was in the Marines. No, just because I knew it doesn't mean I was whooping everybody's ass. So a lot of people looked at Superman was like, but this is Superman. Couldn't he do this? Couldn't he do that? That was a rookie Superman. He wasn't thinking about that. He was, what am I going to do? That's all he was thinking about. He wasn't. That was a battle of rage. Has anybody ever gotten into a fight where you're fighting someone and, like, let's say you can fight, but that person can fight too? You're not thinking about, let me back him around this corner. Let me put him in the corner. No, you're like, oh shit, you got hands too. Okay. I guess I got to hit you harder. And that's what it becomes, a fucking slugfest. And that's what happened. That's what happened. So I think that's one of the directions they might go. And the reason why I say that is because even if you look at, like with Ben Affleck, right? He's going to be an Aquaman too. He's in Aquaman too. Because it was supposed to be Michael Keaton, but they brought Ben Affleck back to do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So Ben Affleck is also going to be in The Flash.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, when Black Adam was doing his stuff, it showed Henry Cavill Superman. It showed Ben Affleck's Batman. It showed The Flash. I think they're going to get rid of Ezra Miller. Personally, I think they should.
Yeah, they are.
There's too much drama. Find somebody else. Get old dude from the CW. I think he's actually a good enough actor where he could probably carry it over to the movies. But that's what I think they're going to do, because too many people have been asking for it. One, because I think a lot of people, especially after Phase 4 Marvel, a lot of people are just like, maybe DC wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
They're just like, maybe DC wasn't that bad. So I think that
we were wrong about DC.
Maybe we were wrong. Maybe we
jumped a little too soon. So
maybe it was
another chance. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I think that might be one of the directions. See, that they go. Because I know the dude that he pulled in, I can't think of that guy's name, because they've been trying to find their own type of Kevin Feige individual. So the guy that they pulled in was actually the one who kind of was there whenever The Dark Knight was done and started moving into the DCU, but they left and went to Disney and was kind of instrumental in helping them build the Marvel movies, and he retired because of a lot of the choices they started making. He retired and then was pulled, and most recently Zaslav actually pulled him back to DC, and he likes that. So
it works.
Anubis, I'm gonna have to agree to disagree with you on that one right there, because I'm gonna have to agree to disagree with you on that one right there. Nah, DC is still bad live action wise. I'm gonna have to agree to disagree. All the DC movies ain't bad. They are not. I think a lot of people, and not saying you and this specifically, but I think a lot of people in storytelling, for instance, right? Y'all have read my comics. Are any of my heroes just easily beating up anyone? DC live action is kind of doing that. Like you look at Superman. Superman, if you looked at Man of Steel and you thought that Superman was supposed to beat Zod easily with no problems, and Zod is a military general. I was only a sergeant, and I guarantee you, if you gave me Superman powers as a sergeant, and I was a martial arts instructor, I would beat the brakes off of Superman if I had his powers. And you're telling me this war general couldn't beat the brakes off of Superman with the same powers? Not to mention, he's hundreds of years older than
You can't.
I don't get why people couldn't. Honestly, I get it. A lot of people really haven't fought before, so I get why people think that. But I looked at it, I was like, that shit makes sense. That makes sense.
You can't. One thing that I noticed that some people do with their characters is, and I've seen this in all comics. You don't make your characters, to me, put them vulnerable. And what I mean when I say vulnerable is don't put them in a place where it's easy for me to just walk up to them and put a bullet in the head, and they're gone. Don't make it so easy for me to kill your character. I mean, your character has to have something besides just levitation. You know,
right? And I get what you're saying because, like, I get what you're saying because, like, if you notice, like, in my universe, like, you have all of my characters, they have their superpower, but then they have other stuff.
That you don't know about.
Right, like Rainus, for instance.
Yeah,
dude has kinetic energy, but he's also been training kickboxing. He's also been training capoeira. He's also been training freaking. He's a boxer. So if you come up to him thinking, "Oh, he just has kinetic powers," you might catch a 2-piece to the face that's going to knock your head off.
Exactly,
because he's actually a boxer. So
he can actually get the gun out your hand.
Exactly,
he
knows how to fight
2 or 3 different ways. He can stop you from shooting him.
Yeah.
So
and that makes sense. But that also goes to character building, which I think a lot of people don't do too much anymore either. They're just like, "Oh, this is my character.
Yeah.
This is their power."
Like what?
Like that's not enough.
I'm telling you right now, Alex is not an easy kill. He may look like he's an easy kill. He's not an easy kill. Just understand that.
You know what, Anubis? When we bring you on the show, we'll talk about this a little more, about the more cons than pros. Because I'm a movie buff too, and like for me, my biggest con, like I love Marvel movies. Don't get me wrong, but my biggest con is too cookie cutter. As a writer, I know exactly what's going to happen.
What's going to happen next?
It's
too predictable. Yeah, I don't like that.
It's too predictable.
I know
exactly what's going to happen. Like, as soon as I sit down and Thor comes out, I was like, "Oh, yeah." I'm like, "Yep, I know what's going to happen at the end." Like, I know what's going to happen.
He's going to be standing there. He's going to be standing at the end holding his hammer.
Yep, I know what's going to happen at the end. You know, so it's like, I mean, I'm of course exaggerating.
Yeah,
I do have to watch at least 5 minutes of the movie. I'm just playing. I do have to watch a little more, but eventually I do get to the point where I'm like, "Oh, okay, I see what this is going." And then for me, it kind of takes me out of it. So then I just stay for like the fights or the special effects, which that's not watching a movie.
No,
in my eyes, as a creator, that's not watching a movie. Like I want to be told a story. Do I think that DC has done well with a lot of the storytelling? Not really. No. They could have done better. But I know one of the things they could do right now is put me on a Mr. Fantastic or a Vixen book. You hear that, DZ? Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. M. Youngblue says, "Oh Lord, if you do that, it's going to be a never-ending cycle of constant arguing back and forth." It would be, but that's the good thing. That's why we have this. We want to talk. We want folks to understand and see what their creative, we want the folks to see what their favorite creators think.
I want you to use that part of your brain. That's the imagination part.
Maybe we might, because I was thinking about moving Party on the Bridge over here. So maybe we'll do that and just one night and just load up the stage and just. Is that smart?
You sure? The Chimera Kingdom, a bunch of us on here at once.
It might need to happen.
I think when folks finally see how all of us are, they'll realize, oh wow, that's actually the cool kids table.
Wow. And you can sit with us.
Yeah, I mean, you can sit with us because we're inviting to everyone. We don't care who you are. Anyone, because just don't be an asshole. That's the one thing we do care about. And I
Yeah.
don't mean like you have an asshole. I'm not talking about that for the smart ones out there. I mean, don't be an asshole. You know what I mean by that too. We're all adults.
Don't be one, please.
Okay, MG comes back and says, okay, you are ready for that. We've experienced it.
But the world hasn't seen it and is not ready for it. MG, you know what we could do? We could play Uno. That's going back to a Kai Cup.
Man, that was an experience.
You realize who was your friend then, didn't you, MG?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, she made me draw for 38 cards. We're gonna, I brought it here, MG. Yeah, I brought it here, MG.
Wow.
She made me draw. I said,
I said, Uno. She made me draw 38 cards, and I made the game last 3 hours longer.
No, isn't there like an online version of Uno?
Yeah, there is.
That you can play with friends, and I think we can do that on Party on the Bridge. We can do that on Party on the Bridge.
Yep.
Let's do an online Uno game.
MG said, we are not bringing that up. We are.
Come on. Let's do
fun,
that.
Party on Uno, digital Uno, Party on the Bridge. What do y'all say?
I say
I know
yes.
it's not become American Kingdom out there. What do y'all say?
I say yes.
Give me a whole bunch of yays, and we might make that happen. That actually might be fun. To be honest with you, that may be fun. Blame Asuna. Asuna was trying to poison the. She was trying to poison the deck. Because I said I had, I was like, it was the heart of the cards for me. You know, I brought my Yu-Gi-Oh into there. I had my millennial item. Oh no, you can play Uno Flip on. Oh, you can play Uno Flip online. Oh, it's done. It's done. We're gonna do that. I'm starting to think the live is delayed for me. Is it? I'm sorry, SJ.
Oh no.
And a heart from Asuna.
Let's do Uno Flip online. The Chimera
See
Kingdom.
what, what had happened was, hey, we doing it. Anubis, you in there? You out there still? Or did you walk away?
I want to see. I wonder how many players can you have at once.
I don't know. We'll find out. See, blah blah blah. Heart of the cards. Blah blah blah. Still kept drawing cards. Blah blah blah. Won. Because I won that.
I want to play now.
Blah 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 blah.
Oh, you can only do 4, MG?
On Switch? I have a Switch, but I don't know if you have one.
I don't have a Switch.
I would have to figure out how to put the Switch up on the screen, like especially with StreamYard, because I don't know how it would be done.
Yeah.
SJ won the first game. I think I won the last one. The very last one that we played, I think that was me. Because I know that whatchamacallit came through and they like ran us like 4 on the on the table. Oh, the connection was bad? Okay. But yo, I appreciate all y'all dropping in here.
Yes, we do. Yeah, but we need to do that.
But I'd like to thank y'all all for dropping in.
Yeah.
Go ahead and close out right here.
I'm going to go ahead and close out right here. But thank you all for dropping in.
We appreciate you all for joining us. Please come back next Wednesday.
And next Wednesday's guest is going to be J-Stow the Tiger. So make sure you come in for that. We have another cosplayer up here. So y'all take it easy. And we'll see you all later.
Good night.